Well, Saturday was, everything I think everybody expected it to be. It was a, great place to play a football game other than the infield dirt, not being grass. I thought the fans, it was a good atmosphere. Two really good football teams going at it. Thought we had several opportunities to end the game in regulation. We didn't get that done. Didn't make the play that ended it, and got into the overtime. I don't think anybody on the field would have dreamed to go 5 overtimes. If I'd known that, I probably went for 2 in the second overtime to either end it right there or one way or the other. But I thought both teams just played extremely hard. I think he left. That's what football is all about. I think each team emptied their tanks. I think he left everything they had out there on the field, and that's the way the game's supposed to be played. So I'm proud of our guys for the effort and how they played. Tough locker room after the game because I don't think anybody deserved to lose that game for sure. And just proud of the way our guys played. Take my hat off to Kennesaw. They were down. They responded. They come back, found a way to get in the game, found a way to tie the game up at the end and get the game into overtime. And then I think both defenses were a little gassed during overtime. I think that's one of the things. I think both fatigue sets in after a while when you play that many snaps and you get in overtime, play that many overtime games, many overtimes. So, like I said, the game, been playing coach in the game a long time, not playing one like that. So I think, getting that game behind us, luckily that game was not a, do or die situation. It was not it was like a quarterfinal, semifinal matchup, very much so, but it didn't have those implications. You're not sitting here, taking up equipment, today. So, new life, it's a new season. You move on, you go to selection show yesterday, and you're playing a game this week. Whether or not you got a seed and you're off this week or you're playing. So, we're excited to be playing. We know this team's got a chance, to make a run at this thing. You got to take it 1 week at a time, and that starts this week. Maybe good for us to play this week. I like the focus of our team. I think we're dealing with a team that has built all year long and has learned a lot of lessons along the way. Having some losses, we've learned from each one of those losses. We've learned from the wins, and we've grown from that. So, not to be seeded for the first time, and to have to play this week, maybe a good thing for this football team. Being as young as we are, handling the off week is kind of tough, even for a veteran team. At times we've handled that well, at times we've not handled it well, and so I think it's good for us to be play a really good. East Tennessee State team, they've really come out of nowhere, 4th year in existence, bringing their program back, and Coach Sanders, he's done a great job there of getting them to where they at, winning that conference and playing good football. They're a solid, well-coached team. They run the ball on defense, change up, what they do front-wise and coverage-wise. So, they're difficult to prepare for over there. Offensively, pro style give you a lot of formations, a lot of different sets. Got a really good quarterback, really good running back. They got skilled guys that can beat you. So it's going to be a great football game. And you wouldn't expect anything less. Teams in the playoffs, they got a good football team. So there's nobody you're going to play that don't deserve to be here. They're very much deserving to be here. We're deserving to be here. So we'll strap it on Saturday and see how it goes. Well, I think any team when you go into the playoffs, you've got to be playing your best ball if you're going to continue to play. There's a lot of times we went to playoffs limping. We've had some injuries. I just remember like 2014, we got the bye week, but we had lost 5 corners that year. And we played the Southland champs, coming in here in Sam Houston. So injuries were a factor. I do see a lot of similarities with 2013, not just that we're playing this week, but this team's hungry. I mean, they're hungry. They want to win. They want to keep playing, and we're fairly healthy. We're banged up a little bit, but we ain't got things that are into the season for guys or things that guys can't play with. So that's a great thing. So I see a healthy football team that's hungry, that really is kind of coming to its own for its preparation. And that's what it's all about. I mean, if you're hungry at this time of year and you prepare the right way and you play with a lot of energy, and we've been doing that. I thought we'd come out of the gates Saturday in that game, we come out the gates ready to play, and we played probably as good as we played, to start off a game in all three phases. And, if we continue to play like that, I think we can play a while. But, it starts this week. You gotta take it one by one, and I think this team will do that. Yeah, a little similarities. You had the loss with Murray, but then you had Garoppolo that was at EIU at that time, and that really good football team. Tennessee State was really good. We had lost to them and Murray early in the year. We actually had 3 conference losses and got into the playoffs that year, which was amazing. But we sit there and Tennessee State had a really good football team. They beat us pretty good here, and then. We kind of revamped. We lost, won some close games, lost some close games early, like the overtime game to Murray, and then we kind of came into our own when we played EKU here. We played really good and beat them really bad here, and then we turn around and feel pretty good about ourselves. We go to EIU and we get blown out. So, and then we get into the playoffs and we beat SEMO at the end of the year and get in and. I think we want to play football. And that's something I think playoffs teams you have to understand is it's all about how you play when you get there. And a lot of times we played a hungry team coming out of this first round, and I'm not sure how hungry we were. We may have been looking down the road, just kind of. So it's one of those things where we played Sanford that first week and we got on a roll and played really good, and then we go play a really good McNeese team and beat them and had a chance to beat Eastern Washington out there. That team probably should have been in the semis, So I think it's all about the ball you're playing, and you just have the will to want to continue to play. And like I said, I like what I see from our team right now in those aspects. I think we're hungry. We got the will to want to continue to play. We got enough senior leadership on our team, and our young guys have just grown and come into their own, and getting better every day.
I think everyone on the team knows what's at stake. We wanted to playoff play, and going into playoffs, everybody got to be on their P's and Q's. We can't have no mental mistakes on and off the field. You just got to come in and focus. You got to come in and watch film daily, man. Just play. You can't have, like I said, can't have no mental mistakes at this level.
I agree. You gotta do it on top. You gotta be on top right now, man. No mess ups right now. You gotta go in, do extra work now.
From an offensive standpoint, yeah. We had our ups and downs during the game, but at the same time, we always overcome those ups and downs. Right now, we probably playing the best football that we played all year. Really all 3 phases, like Coach Ross said. So, heads, tips off to him, and he's doing a tremendous job to coaching us on and off the field.
I would say, offense standpoint as well, that I don't even think we played our best ball yet. That's the thing about it. I don't think we played our best yet, But I think we had a turnover 2 turnovers this week. So I feel like when we go with no turnovers and having like 200-yard rushing and 300-yard passes, I feel like we have the dominant team. When defense is out there calling mishaps, so we have a great defense. And then special teams wise, when all 3 things start connect, I feel like we're a championship team as well.
I'm just proud of everybody on the defense. Coming to the year, there's a question mark. Coach Blackwell left, Coach Hall left, Coach Gentry left. So a lot of people from the outside looking in didn't think we were gonna be the same type, high-level caliber defense that we are. But it's just a testament to the guys that play on that side of the ball. Just a great job. Offense too, though, we got a lot of new faces on offense. Quarterback, running back, receivers, tight ends. I'm just proud of everybody on the team just for finishing the season. We didn't finish how we wanted to, but we still got more games to play. Trying to go all 1-0 this week.
Passing game was fun to watch Saturday. It's been fun to watch all year. Is this what you envision in the summer to be able to have a package things like this?
Really did. I mean, I knew we was going to be able to throw the football probably as good or better than we've been able to throw it in the past, and thought we had the skilled guys to be able to do that, and the quarterbacks to be able to do it, and we've just built off of that all year long, and gotten better. And when we're on now. We're really good, and I think the running game's coming on too, and it's been kind of up and down. We like to run the football. We want to be balanced. I think we've kind of maintained and, kept an offensive line on the field. We've had a lot of injuries up there. So I think those guys have really shown a lot of good, leadership up there to continue to get better even with the injuries we've had, because the lineup hadn't been the same week in, week out. And, we've had a lot of guys play banged up. These 2 or 3, 4 guys up there has played banged up all year. And, those are some tough guys. I mean, and they're doing what they can do to help this team win games. And I think when they're, playing it, we're healthy and we're playing well up there, it makes us go for sure. And it goes back to this guy sitting beside me and kind of gets judged off of, how we do. I'm a really good coach when we win, and when we lose, I'm a really bad coach. I don't know what I'm doing. So that's kind of the life of a quarterback. I mean, you just if you're playing well and you're pulling the trigger, making good decisions and throwing touchdowns, well, everybody loves you and you're best ever. And when you make bad decisions, you throw interceptions, you fumble the ball, you don't know what you're doing, not very good. So that's just the role that you're in. So, but I think when we're playing, like Josh said, I think when we're playing at our best and playing at a high level, we can move the football and be productive. And that kind of works together with your defense too. I think it's a team thing. I think it's an energy thing. The way you come out, and we've come out and not started games really fast, and the energy wasn't there, and we've started some third quarters. The other night I didn't think we started the third quarter. That's something we got to go back and drawing board this week. These guys have just done a really good job, I think, of responded to what we've asked them to do. Anything we've asked them to fix, they fixed it, and I think that comes from our leadership is good on our team. Our young guys are bought in. They're not as experienced. They've worked really hard to fix those things. So, I think we fixed them being mentally ready to play and coming out starting fast. I think the last few weeks we've really done a good job of that. One of the things we're going to work on this week is coming out that third quarter. I mean, we got beat in the third quarter the other night. I mean, that's where Kennesaw got back into the game, and that was all 3 phases. And we didn't come out and play really good football. Those first 2 drives, that, goes back to the old cliche, how you play the first 5 minutes of that third quarter is really important. That's where we let them kind of get back into the game, and they actually took the lead, and we come back and regained the lead. But it's one of those things where that's the next thing we probably need to fix. But like I said, when we're not turning the ball over, we're moving the football, we're playing really good defense with a lot of energy. I think we can play with anybody. But like I said, we got to play well this week, and it's a one-game season right now.
And on Saturday, it looked at times that maybe you were just putting the ball out there and letting the receiver make the play instead of trying to zero in on it. Is that fair to say?
I mean, it is, but it isn't. At the same time, I was taking what the defense gave me. I mean, they was giving me a zero-man coverage. I mean, they was blitzing 7 people with a 5-man protection. I mean, at the same time, I was just giving my guys a chance to make a play. That's what I'm a recruiter for. That's what they guys recruited for. I mean, that's pretty much it.
I would say we got one of the best receiving corps in the nation. I feel like our quarterbacks can go to anybody on that field at any given time, and I feel like our guy will make a play. I mean, that's all we have worked on all year, summer, spring. We got this is what we prayed for. They take away one guy, next guy step up. That's one thing our coach teach us. One man down, next man opportunity. So I feel as it's hard to cover our receivers because you never know who the ball can go to.
Yeah, because the hours we put in after workouts. I know me and Josh was the first receiver I met when I first came here. So even that night when I took my visit, we was out here working ourselves. So it's safe to say that me and Josh has a connection that no one has. I'm pretty sure like Tom Brady left Gronk, he's grumped to me. Nah, I mean, the receiver core that I have is tremendous, man. The hours they put in on and off the field without me, I mean, it's just a good thing to have as a quarterback. I know Coach Gosh was mad at me when I took that sack. I mean, in my mind, it's like, look, it's either do or die. You either get the first down or you throw a touchdown. I mean, this goes back to Josh, knowing who I am, the quarterback that I am. I scrambled. I mean, I'm always coached to keep my eyes downfield. I mean, I could have ran for it, but at the same time, I knew I had to get the ball down the field. Rolled out. I saw Josh run to the back of the end zone. I mean, the rest is history. I mean, the man upstairs, God, man, he was in there for me. I mean, once again, they gave me a 7-man blitz with a 5-man protection, so I knew I was hot. But I mean, that was really trying to get the ball in my hand, not take a sack. And then he just made a play for me once again. So I mean, credits to Trey for that play. That's all on him.
Yes, sir. We did.
Whose idea was that?
Well, I want to see, we bringing in something. We want to see what he works like. Let Coach know. Hey, Coach, you're a good one. If you're not a coach, we might need to go and pass him up. You know what I'm saying? Get another. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to let Coach know.
It's a funny story about that. Josh didn't know at the time. Josh didn't know I really could throw. So he was jogging routes. And so, I mean, I threw a go ball and he was jogging. So I think I threw like, 50, 60?
Yeah.
So he was like, man, look, I ain't even know you could throw that far. So next time he
ran,
we had to reload and we completed the pass.
Make sure to tell the other receivers, hey, this guy.
Oh yeah, we got one. We got a ball player. So it was all ready for it.
Yeah, this goes back to Josh what he said. I mean, if they take away Josh, I mean, I have other receivers to go to. And Jamar's been that guy when they take away Josh. Not only Jamar, Bird. I mean, Bird had some bruises going on with his shoulder and stuff like that, but at the same time, both of them guys stepped up. Not only them two, Trey, all my tight ends, really. So, I mean, we really got a lot of things to cover when y'all playing us. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing for me. I just take what they give me.
Randy, I noticed you reacting when Josh mentioned Jamari. Is there something you've seen about him?
Well, Jamari, my roommate, freshman year, he redshot. I played through freshman. Jamari came a long way. Coming out of high school, he played tight end. He didn't really play receiver, so he didn't get a lot of balls that he gets now. He probably had 50 career receptions his whole year, his whole 4 years in high school, and now he got like 50 to 40 this year. So I'm just proud of him. He came a long way. I'm just happy to see him ball this year.
But it's fun to see these guys work too. And, Coop wasn't here long, and you can tell he just tries. Anybody can get to catch a ball, he's always throwing. He's coming forward. And winter, spring, a coach can get the lights on practice field. It'd be 10:30 at night. He may have his girlfriend running around out there catching routes if he couldn't find a receiver. So this is all the time finding somebody. But those guys work extra all the time. They got a lot of camaraderie, just like all our guys do on the team. They just find ways to work on their craft, work on their skill whenever they can. And, I tell them all the time, we require you to do X amount. What you do on your own is what's going to make you great. And I think they do a good job of, extra outside of what we do as a team. And in practice, they find hours upon hours to work on things outside, whether it be speed or throwing and catching or bag drills or whatever it may be. So they do a really good job working extra. And I think we try to bring in guys that love the game. Guys, I tell guys on recruiting visit all the time, hey, love the game, this is not the place for you. If you don't want a degree and you're not going to be a good student and the degree's not important to you and you don't love ball, then Jacksonville State's probably not the place for you to come play football at.
Randy seems like somebody who talk about love the game. I think for Randy,
Our guys are we got so many examples of guys who are just passionate about what they do. They love the game, and I think it shows in how they work on their craft and how they play the game. But it's always fun to see a guy like Randy play, and it's been a lot of fun to watch since he was a freshman. And like I said, it's just fun to be around guys that love the game. That's what it's all about for sure. Very good football team. Goes back to I think their quarterback's really good on offense. I think they got a really good running back. Receivers are really good too. But I think the quarterback, running back makes them go. They do a good job schematically. A formation trying to get you in a front and the coverage that they like, and taking advantage of that. So they'll have a really good game plan, I think, coming in, trying to take advantage of what we do defensively. Coach does a really good job, that side of the ball of doing that. And like I said, I think he'll create ways to try to find extra gaps to run the ball, and then in the passing game they'll have things that going to take advantage of man coverage and different things that they can get you in. And then defensively, very multiple. They got a different game plan every week. You get a lot of different fronts, a lot of different coverages. So they'll match their package up to what they think is good against us and how they defend us. So it's going to be interesting. You flip on tape one week and they're this front, this coverage, and play this team this way, and the next week it's totally different. So, very well coached, very fundamental football team. You see why they won that conference this year and why they're doing so good. They wouldn't be where they're at if they wasn't all them things. They got good football players that are well coached, and like I said, I think it's something special when you get a group like that, and they got to be proud of what they've done, for their school. I don't think anybody would expect them 4 years ago to start their program back and then be in the playoffs out of that conference. I don't think anybody would have predicted that. So I know they're riding high, and they're playing good ball right now.